Hey peeps, I'm back with another video. This one's a little bit of a more serious note. Hearing loss. It is something that a lot of people take for granted. A lot of people walking around, they can hear a flea fart in a hurricane. Well, I can't hear a freight train coming through the middle of the house, unfortunately. And it's hereditary. I get it from it goes way on up the paternal side of my family. My grandfather was 100% deaf quite a few years before he died. Right now, my uncle, who is 6 years older than my dad, he's 90% plus deaf. My dad is 80%, and I am somewhere between 50 and 60%. And it is a big hindrance. Many times you're walking around, and the biggest key to it is when people start saying, I just said that, I just said that, I just said that, or quit humming me. And it's a bit of embarrassment, and it's aggravating for other people too. They don't want to repeat themselves no more than I do. I've needed hearing aids for probably going on 15 years. I just couldn't really justify the cost. And that's the biggest thing you need to consider about the hearing aids is the cost. Every time I put my hearing aids in, I've got a small car in my head. I can hold a small car in the palm of my hand. That's how much real hearing aids cost. The stuff you get off of Amazon and mess like that hearing enhancement or hearing amplifiers, they're not. You won't have a real hearing aid unless you go to an audiologist, get tested. And when I say tested, they do a super extensive test to even include checking for continuity of your skull. They put this microphone on your skull, and you'd be amazed at how much sound you hear through your damn skull. That's amazing because I got a pretty thick skull, so my wife says. But anyway, hearing aids are not a fix-all. They have their ups and downs. Some situations they work good in, some they don't. If you go into a bar with a bunch of stuff going on around you, don't even take them with you. Because the thing with a hearing aid is it doesn't know what you want to hear. All it knows is, okay, there's a sound, he wants to hear this, so there he can have it. Well, I'm trying to talk to my wife directly across the table. I'm hearing stuff at the other end of the bar that's drowning out everything close to me. And it's the same at work. Now, I did get custom molded earpieces just for work, and they do an okay job. They definitely protect your hearing. They have the noise reduction rating. But the minute you put those in, you're not running off of natural hearing. You're running about 90 to 95% off of the amplification coming through the little speaker. Now, I chose the over-the-ear model because I don't like stuff stuck in my ear. I've got a Lucid, I think it's a 96 channel, I believe it is. Yeah, 96 channel Lucid Model U, and it's over the ear. And it does okay at times. Like I said, there is never going to be a fix-all, unfortunately, because the hearing aid just don't know. It can't read your mind, like I said. Don't know what you want to hear. It just hears for you. Don't think that you're going to walk in there and get them and walk out and it's being a miracle. What's going to happen is you're going to go in there, you're going to drop a serious dime on this, and you're going to come out and you're going to say, what the hell have I just done? It takes months for your body, and from what the audiologist told me, that your brain has to train itself to the new style of hearing. And it takes months for that to completely level out. Once it levels out, you get used to them. There's different options that you can go with them. I don't like my ears completely plugged up. That's why I went with the over the ear. And another thing I did is my domes right here. I don't know if you can see it, But my domes have little holes in them all the way around them. Those are the most comfortable ones that I've been able to find. And this little tab, this is a locking tab. I strongly suggest you not take those out and throw them away like a lot of people do. This really does help keep it at the right depth, in the right position in your ear, and it just kind of helps lock it in place. If you do get hearing aids, order a bunch of those, because when one breaks, you talking about uncomfortable. That little booger will dig in thing will dig in right there in his nose. Order those. They're pretty simple to use. You know, volume up, volume down. You cut them on and you cut them off. You cut them on and you cut them off for, you know, by opening the battery compartment. If you do decide to invest in these things, buy you something to dehydrate them every night. It's a lot of money to be just letting soak in sweat, and they're going to get soaked in sweat. And another thing you really got to be mindful of is when you get in and out of it, when you get ready to get in the shower, make damn sure that your hearing aids are not in there. I'm not going to say that it will ruin them because I don't know. I have not tried that, and I don't plan on it. Batteries, keep batteries with you. I got this little thing on my key fob, on my key ring, and it holds 2 batteries. I've tried every battery you can think of, and I get about the same amount of life out of all of them, whether you get the high dollar ones or you get the Dollar General ones. You know, they're all about the same. The only thing that you have to do really with the batteries, when you pull the tab off, let them sit for 1 minute, because don't know how these batteries work, but there's 3 little tiny holes in the top, and it's got to get a certain amount of air for them to activate. And if you just take them out, take the sticker off, stick them in the hearing aid and close them up and start using them, they won't last half the time. I usually get 4 to 5 days off of one battery. And so actually, usually about every 4th day, I'll just go ahead and change the batteries out. I don't wait till they're dead. That's just me. It's something you have to remember to do in the morning. It's another thing you've got to add to your ritual when you wake up. And I'm very guilty of it. My wife reminds me, you got your hearing aids in? No, let me get up and go get them. But once you get to work them into your daily, you know, your get out of bed routine, you get used to wearing them. And another key is to go back to the doctor. I think my first trip back to the doctor was in 3 days. They did some programming work on them. And then I went back again at 30 days, and they did some more programming work on them. And that's when I had come to the conclusion that I like these domes better. And I got these domes off of Amazon. I think, I'm not going to guarantee it, but I think all the domes, all the little domes right there, I think they're universal. I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe they are. They've made a hell of a difference for me. The more I get used to them, the better I can use them. But here's a weird thing about hearing loss, and you don't realize you're doing it. You read lips. A few months ago, I think it was, my wife said something about me. If I'm looking at her, I can understand her. And that's when I started thinking, and then the guys at work said something to me one day about it. And then the more I realized it, I can read lips. And when we're in public, I actually find myself doing that. I see somebody over there, and I can probably 80% tell you what they're saying. If I can see their face, I can tell you what they're saying. You know, within 50, well, I ain't gonna say 50 yards. So within 30 yards, I can probably give you about 80% of their conversation. But here's the weird part about that. I can only do it with people that speak with a southern accent. I can't do it with people that from up north or out west. I'm at a loss. I'll look at them, I'll be like, what the hell is he saying? And it's not that I'm being nosy, it's just once you become aware that you have that ability, that you don't really exploit it. You just kind of, let's see if I can do this. It's like, hold my beer. And you actually do. You read lips a lot, and you don't even realize it, especially when you reach the point of hearing loss that I'm at. So, the biggest takeaway I want you to get from this is if you're going to buy hearing aids, think long and hard about the brand, what type of hearing aid you want, whether you want it over the ear or in the ear. And there's just a ton of them out there. Get it from an audiologist who has done a study and survey on your ear and a survey on your skull. Only then will they be able to program that thing to be optimum, I guess you'd say. And I think it was after the last reprogramming, I was really satisfied with it. And then I still have the problem of forgetting to put them in and stuff. And there's certain areas that I work at work that, no, I'm not going to wear them at all, period. Here lately, I've been in a quieter part of the plant, and I've been wearing them. I also don't wear them if I'm going to be sweating like a horse, because that's another curse that I have. I sweat like a mule. I mean, I don't know. It ain't just me being fat. I did it when I was skinny too, so. Think about what you're going to do. Think about the aggravation that your significant other has when they have to repeat themselves constantly. And not only is it tough on them, it's tough on you because you feel like the outcast. There's a conversation going on, you just sit in the corner and you sit over there and twiddle your thumbs. You don't know what the hell to say. Do yourself a favor, look into it seriously, and just remember it's a financial strain to buy them. You got to figure out is it worth it to you or is it not worth it to you. If it is, do your research. Be patient. It takes at least a month or two before you get used to them and they start actually doing you some good. So I hope I gave you a little bit of insight on it. In the meantime, I'm getting ready to go in there and go to bed. I'm tired. I got to get up at 5. And I just want y'all to make as wise a financial choice as you can. You just got to weigh the pros and the cons of it. And once you hit my age and once you hit my level of hearing loss, there's a whole lot more pros than there are cons, even though all the pros are not perfect. They're not like human hearing. It's just something you got to get used to. So you guys have a good one. I am going to come in here and I'm going to lay down, and I hope to snore till 5 o'clock in the morning. We shall see y'all later. Bye-bye.